Welcome back to Sports Plus Big Questions. And the big question we're looking at this time is, why does sport bring so much disappointment?
You will not see a worse miss than this.
Disappointment in sport. We've all been there, haven't we? Losing the game in extra time, coming back after a long-term injury just to get injured again. Or maybe it's that loss in form that no matter how hard we train, no matter how hard we try, we cannot get back to that standard we were at. Why me? Why do I face so much disappointment, not just in sport, but in other areas of life too? What can help me in these moments of disappointment? And what does the Bible have to say about our disappointment? In Romans 8 verse 28, Paul says this: "For we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him according to his purpose." Say again, Paul. We know that in all things God is working for the good of those who love him. Surely Paul hasn't experienced some of the disappointments that I have if he can say something like this. Do you know, we don't read of any sporting disappointments that Paul faced, but you know, he had his fair share of tough times. Prison, beatings, shipwrecks. How can Paul claim that God is working this for his good? See, I think it's because Paul knows what is real, true, proper good. See, so often my view of good and our view of good can be limited to the circumstances that we find ourselves in. We think it's good when our circumstances mean we're setting PBs, when we're getting picked for the starting team. And of course, these are good and should be celebrated. But so often our view of good can be limited to the circumstances that we're in. But rather than focusing on circumstances, what Paul does is put the focus in here, in our hearts, our character, the core of our being, what makes us who we are. See, Paul here says that God is like the head coach who, alongside victories and celebrations, knows that tough pre-seasons, that learning from defeats, that going through these tough times is absolutely essential for the good of the character of the team, even when he knows it's tough on the players. See, in the same way, God is the great head coach of life, who in all things, in sport and in life, whether the circumstances are good or bad, works all things for the good of the heart, of the character, of the core of those who love him, according to his purpose. And what is this purpose? What is this good? Romans 8:29 tells us this, that this ultimate good is to be conformed to the likeness of his Son. See, this is the ultimate good, to be made more like Jesus. Not to be made more like him in our appearance, not in our circumstances, but to be made more like Jesus in the very core of our beings, in our character, in our hearts. If you trust Jesus, you'll get this. You trust that he has saved you from the consequences of your rejection of him, and now he helps you live for him. He makes you more like him. But perhaps you're thinking, what's the big deal about Jesus? How can the best thing for me be to be made more like him? What's he all about? See, Jesus, he is the one who lived the life that we were designed to live. Walking with his heavenly Father, he was full of goodness, of kindness, of love for others. He lived the perfect life. And because Jesus lived the perfect life, only he could take the place of another. See, perfect Jesus dies for imperfect me to bring me back to God. And now he enables me to live more like the life I was intended for. And this is good. This is the ultimate good. See, get this. If you trust in Jesus, well then you can know with full confidence that in all things, God is working for the ultimate good in your life, to be made more like Jesus. In the good times, in those times where we're competing right at the top of our game, God is working for the good of those who love Him. And in the tough times, the disappointments, those moments where we just think, why me? He's got you. He's good. He is turning all things into what is best for you. Trust Him.